What's up, everyone? We're back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a trade recap. Um, Today was a winning day. I went 1 for 1. The first one I got stopped out. Second one, we ended up hitting TP. It was a really good day. I'm going to break down everything that I did. So let's hop on the charts. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, so I haven't really been posting as much as I should be. So I apologize, but just kind of working out the kinks. Alright, let's start on the hourly time frame on both pairs. Okay, first things first, marked out all my hourly draws on liquidity. So we had these draws up here, we had these draws up here. Same with NQ, we had these draws up here, these draws up here. Prior to those moves, we made ginormous legs down, big retraces. If we look for this past couple of weeks, we've just been following this bearish trend. How do I know that? Because we're respecting bearish fair value gaps and disrespecting bullish ones. Like you can see, respecting bearish fair value gaps and inversing bullish ones. So, if we ask ourselves, where are we delivering from? We're delivering from buy side liquidity, and we are delivering, we're delivering from buy side liquidity, disrespecting bullish fair value gaps and respecting bearish fair value gaps. Right? So when I see this, these highs up here, this is all high resistance liquidity because we have these big imbalances up here. It's kind of hard to target some shit up here when we have these ginormous imbalances. If we go on the 4 hour, we could see it as well. Tap into 4 hour fair value gap. What do? We reject lower. Tap in a 4 hour fair value gap. What do? We reject lower. So we're respecting bearish order flow. So I knew I wanted to short for today. So after we marked out our hourly draws on liquidity, right? In terms of to the downside, the only draws on liquidity I saw on the hourly time frame were, boom, these relative equal lows, and then this extreme low. I think this was a data candle. I'm not sure, but and then we had all these draws on liquidity down here. So yeah, I knew I wanted to short going into the day because we are respecting bearish order flow. Simple as that. Same thing with ES, marked out the same draws on liquidity. We had those. We had these relative equal lows. We had these lows, those lows, right? So let's go on the 15-minute and start breaking it up session by session. Okay. 15 minutes. Spread this out a little bit for you. Okay. Alright, so what do we see? Mark out Asian session highs, Asian session lows. Mark out London session highs, London session lows. So we have big legs down during Asian session. We tap into this fair value gap here and we start rejecting lower. London session opens. We rally higher. Don't take out any Asian highs. Continue lower. Continue lower. I was looking for a continuation model for New York Open, but I knew we were going to need to manipulate in order to make that move. So I was waiting for a rally higher to either take out London session highs here, form a bearish SMT on either pair, and then trade the leading index. Sort of spit on my fucking computer. Yeah, I was hoping we were going to take out London session highs here, form a bearish SMT, and then I was going to trade a leading index, whether it be ES or NQ. It didn't matter for me. But that wasn't the case. Instead, let's go on the 5-minute here. Instead, we did something a little bit different, which is completely fine. So all these highs are here, this high, this high, this high, this high. These are all low resistance liquidity highs. Boom, 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 boom. Mark it out. All low resistance liquidity. All low resistance liquidity. I knew no matter what, if we were going to short for the day, we needed to have some form of manipulation to the upside in order to do that. So what do we get? 9:30 opens, we immediately start going higher. We take out this high, take out this high, take out this high. Same with this pair. Take out this high, take out this high, take out barely take out this high, but we take out all these low resistance liquidities right off rip. So our key level is being hit, low resistance liquidity. We get a sweep of a high time frame level of manipulation, right? That's the third step in my strategy. Now we have to wait for a break of structure out of that manipulation, followed up by the highest time frame possible inversion. Okay. So as soon as I saw this big candle here, I knew, okay, we got that sweep. We have the liquidity necessary to make those legs down. What are we going to try and do now? We are going to try and look to go short. ES presented itself a little bit better here. We get a 5-minute candle right here. 5-minute fair value gap. I was waiting for an inverse of this 5-minute fair value gap, and then I was going to short. That was all I needed, right? So let's break it down. Let's go on the 1 minute here and show you. So what happens? I didn't trade on NQ today. It just looked a little bit messy. The wicks were just all over the place, and I couldn't really, it just didn't look good for me. Didn't matter what pair you did. I knew I was going to trade ES. It just presented itself better. But anyways, inverse here. As soon as we inversed here, I entered. This is actually, right about there. I entered. Immediately start ripping down. I'm like, okay, that was a solid entry. We got the liquidity sweep necessary. We got 5-minute inverse fair value gap. Boom. Good to go. I was going to go break even here. Right? No. Go lower. We get a retrace. End up getting stopped out here. You could have considered this 50%, right? And I should have moved my stop to break even. But I was so confident that we were going to go lower because we already got big rips down right off rip. So I was like, yeah, we're good. But I ended up getting stopped out. Let me use the fib here. Let me take a look how big of a retracement this actually was. Started up here, this leg. Yeah, 61.8. That's actually a really good retrace level. That's ideal retrace for continuation. So, okay, either way, it didn't matter. I could have put my stops all the way up here. And I probably should have. I went one contract on this entry. Let me take a look at my. Yeah, I went one contract, and that was $437, and my stop was right about here. So if I put it all the way up there, we were probably looking around an $800 stop loss. I didn't think it needed to be that big, right? That's a little much. Because one contract on ES, this take profit was only $700. As soon as I entered one contract on ES, I was like, oh, fuck, I should have done 2 contracts. That was stupid. Because, bro, taking what is this? A 1 to 2.5 and only making $700, bro, that shit's ass. This isn't a live account. This isn't an Express account. I need to be leveraging more. It's a fucking eval. This shit's not real. So, after I got stopped out there, I was like, okay, look, I'm going to get one more trade because I'm so confident we're going to go in the bearish direction. Got that liquidity sweep, inverse to 5-minute. Dude, we're bound to, we're overdue. So, after I get stopped out, you see my fucking TP gets hit. We form a 1-minute fair value gap, retrace, bearish closure. I was like, okay. Form another 1-minute fair value gap, retrace, bearish closure. I'm like, okay, if we're respecting bearish order flow this much, this shit's bound to hit. So the third time we form a fair value gap, the third time I entered, I top ticked this bitch, bro. 1-minute fair value gap, what do we do? Bullish candle, tap into it. I entered fucking right here. Right about there. As soon as I saw it reject, I entered. I didn't even need to see the closure because I knew it was going to go further. I knew it. If we're disrespecting this bullish fair value gap, we're respecting this 1-minute bearish fair value gap, this 1-minute bearish fair value gap, this 1-minute bearish fair value gap. And we got the liquidity sweep off rip. Our high time frames are aligning with our lower time frames. We have to be entering. We have to be a machine, an emotionless machine, understand that we are respecting bearish order flow. We should be shorting. So what I do, I short, enter here, stop at the top of this candle, right about there. Bearish legs down. So I entered 2 contracts on this trade. So I didn't know the math off the top of my head because I was trying to calculate if I can make $1,500 plus the amount of loss that I just made. So 1,500 plus 437. So that should have been my TP. I didn't know it off the top of my head, and I was also in class. I wasn't really paying attention. That should have been my TP, but I ended up making $1,775, which covers my losses here and puts us into profit. I didn't know exactly what my TP should have been to get us exactly 1,500. It didn't really matter though, because this was the only significant draw on liquidity to the downside. Because right now, where we're at, all the way back here, like all the way back there, we're in a giant imbalance, and there's no like real like low that we could target, except for this one. This was like a 15-minute low, and then we had this like 15-minute low all the way down here. We ended up not even hitting it, or did we? Yeah, we didn't even hit it. Yeah, but we did hit this one. I could have targeted this, but at the time I was like, I didn't even have this marked out yet. I just wanted to get at least 1,500, so I just targeted something in between here. Because if I were to target this all the way down here, 2 contracts, it would have made like $5,000, and that's not. I couldn't do that. It's too much money. Top steps rules. You can only make 1,500 a day, but if you lose prior, you can make more than 1,500 as long as your P&L for the day is 1,500 or less. So if that sounded retarded, but that's essentially what I did. So yeah, that's pretty much my trade for the day. First one, kind of unfortunate. Barely get stopped out. This is actually the exact trade that PB Blake took the other day. Same exact shit. Like 5-minute inverse for Valley Gap, get liquidity sweep off that high time frame. Instead, he actually took it off a bearish SMT. Same exact shit though. Either way, we have a high time frame bearish confluence, 5-minute inverse for Valley Gap. He shorted. He was in profit. Reverses. He gets stopped out. But yeah, I stayed on the charts because I was so confident. Because we just look at this shit, like disrespect, respecting. Like it was a good trading day. Like it was so obvious that I needed to short. I did what I had to do. After I took that trade, I got off the charts. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did for today. Puts us into profit, $738. We were down like 600 something. I really have a trade recap about that, but that was essentially what happened. Pretty good trading day. Happy I followed my rules. I did everything I was supposed to following the SNUMEC model that I've been back testing all weekend. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. We'll be back, I think, tomorrow. I'm not sure if we have news tomorrow or not. Okay, we have CPI and FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. Well, okay, that's GBP. Ignore that. That doesn't even matter. We have FOMC at 2 p.m., so it could be a little bit choppy because we are trading that New York session, London session overlap in the morning. So we'll see. Probably going to be de-risking a little bit because it's just going to be very volatile, very choppy. But yeah, that's everything, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace, y'all.